Hello, Facebook, YouTube, and any Instagram fam that has joined us. Welcome. And with me tonight, if y'all have watched any of the IG takeover today, then you know who these two guys are. And look, I pointed both directions just to make sure I got it right. This thing confuses me so much because it's like backwards. So I always do it wrong. Anyway, if y'all have watched the IG takeover today, you have seen these guys. If not, then they are Hutcheson Brothers. We have Brandon in the red checkered shirt, and the other is John. So you guys are going to get to know a little bit about them today and hear some wonderful music. I am familiar with these guys. I've heard all I can possibly hear that they have out there. So I need new music, guys. Is that coming anytime soon?
Yes, ma'am.
Absolutely. As soon as we can get back in the studio, we'll have some new music for y'all.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, we're going to talk more about your music in a little while. But I just want to say thank you guys for the IG takeover today. Y'all did a great job. Loved how you did that and getting to know a little bit about you while we're watching that and where you're from and your musical inspirations. So we're going to talk about all that as we go through here. So we're just in store for a great hour. We're just going to have a good time. So we're going to give it just a couple of minutes before I have you guys play anything, because if y'all have watched any of my shows before, you know that typically I'm a few minutes late. That's kind of become, I don't know, my like hallmark. People may know that about me. They'll probably be like, oh, we don't have to hurry and get over there by 6:30. Stacy's going to be late. They just know. So I don't want them to miss anything. So we're going to give it just a few minutes before I have y'all start.
Okay.
And so let's talk about the Mississippi that y'all are from. Y'all obviously are from Mississippi, but I'm talking about the Mississippi River. I loved that shot that y'all had in there today. I have this fascination with the Mississippi for various different reasons, but 2 years ago, my husband and I and our best friends went on our first ever cruise. And we went out of New Orleans. And so we cruised down the Mississippi for quite a while before we ever got to the ocean. And unless people have ever cruised out of New Orleans, they would have no idea about this. Do y'all know how long it takes? Do you know how long you're on the river leaving out of New Orleans before you hit the ocean? Trivia
Honestly,
question.
if I had to guess, I would probably say on a cruise boat, maybe a couple of hours.
You are wrong.
Probably half a day.
I thought a couple of hours as well. 8 hours.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
8 hours. So, John, you were closer. Yeah, I was a little bit shocked at that. 8 hours. There's a speed limit on the Mississippi for the cruise boats. They can only go so fast. So you go really, really slow out of there, potentially, which it's really cool to get to just see everything as you're going. But the disappointing part is I really wanted to see it like when we met the ocean and like when we made that crossover.
Right.
But you leave out of New Orleans at 4:00. So it's dark by the time you get to the ocean. And then coming back in, it's dark when you come in. So you never do get to see that transition. So, but I thought that was really interesting that you're on the Mississippi for 8 hours before hitting the ocean. So yeah.
That's something else. Never would have guessed that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool actually. So that's like another really cool thing about going out of New Orleans. I mean, New Orleans itself is great, but going out of there is really neat. So Yeah, I just thought I would throw that interesting fact out there. Because I had no idea about that when we went down there. So that was a lot of fun. And y'all have a song that's called Mississippi River Town. And we'll get into that one a little bit later when I hope you have that on the plan to sing.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Awesome. Fantastic. Is that because you remember me saying that was my favorite or because you planned it anyway?
Well, both actually.
Both? Yeah. That one is my favorite that you guys have out right now. I love that song. And not that I don't like Drive. I do like Drive. But there was something about that song that I just really, really loved. So I'm glad you're planning on sharing that one. Good. I'm glad about that. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all start us off with one, and then we'll talk some more after it. So whatever y'all plan to play now, go ahead and tell us about it, how the inspiration came for it.
You want to take that one, John?
Yeah. Well, the song we're gonna play is called "Drive," and basically we were just, of course, I'm a huge car guy, so we kind of wanted something. I wanted to go in like a something car related, and with me and him, we got together. We kind of come up with this song about outrunning a memory of someone from the past. So that's pretty much where that song come from.
All right. Interesting. All right. We're ready to hear that.
It's our lead single right now on country radio. So hopefully that everybody has heard it or will hear it on radio here pretty soon.
Yeah. All right.
All right, John, go ahead.
2, 3, 4. Got my hands on the wheel. Yeah, I'm ready to go. Much too young, blaring on the radio. I said that I was leaving, and this time it's for good. I'm gonna speed away from the thought of you with the ponies underneath this hood. So off the rearview mirror, never looking back. Gonna blow this town, get back on track. Got the pedal to the metal, let the engine unwind. To help on your memory, I'm just gonna drive. Enough was enough. I was nothing but a joke to you. Your love for me was fake, something I finally seen through. Yeah, now it's all over, and there's no more us. The only goodbye you deserve is this long cloud of dust. So off the rearview mirror, never looking back. Gonna blow this town, get back on track. Got the pedal to the metal, let that engine unwind. To help on your memory, I'm just gonna drive. If I ever fall weak, start missing you, I'll just remind myself I ain't your fool. I hit the gas harder, go as fast as I can, to out of my heart and out of my head. So off the rearview mirror, never looking back. Gonna blow this town, get back on track. Got the pedal to the metal, let the engine unwind. To help on your memory. So off the rearview mirror, never looking back. Gonna blow this town, get back on track. Got the pedal to the metal, let the engine unwind. To help on your memory, I'm just gonna drive. I'm just gonna drive.
Love that. Love it. Love it.
Thank you.
And uh, for anyone just joining or just tuning in, that is Drive with the Hutcheson Brothers, and that is their single that is out right now. And I imagine it is doing quite well.
Well, we've heard some positive feedback and everything, so that's all you can ever ask for as an artist.
Exactly. Now, who wrote that one, or did y'all write it together? Or
That was both of us actually. We were just brainstorming one night, and we wrote one song. And in the middle of writing that song, the line uh, "tore off the rearview mirror, never looking back" came up, and we decided, hey, let's stick this over to the side.
I actually come up with that line.
Okay, John came up with that line,
yeah,
so we put that over to the side, and the next day we took that, put his love of cars into it, and figured, why not use the car to outrun the bad memory? And that's how the song came to be.
I love that. Love that. So do y'all write all of your own music?
So far, we do co-write our music. We're always open to more co-writes. Honestly, I love the writing aspect of it. John's more of get on stage and let me entertain folks.
Mhm.
So you know, we'll write with anybody. We write with each other the most, but
Oh,
you know, we're not one that, oh well, we didn't write it, so we're not gonna record it or anything like that. We'll write with anybody, and we'll listen to anybody's songs. So
oh yeah.
uh,
And write and have someone else sing your music as well?
and that's fine too.
Yeah.
If there's something somebody likes, just give us a shout, and
Yeah, we'll just be glad that you liked it.
that's right.
Yeah. Well, I know some artists are like, that's my babies. I don't know if I could, hear somebody else singing them or not. And I think that's a natural thought. But then again, I'm like you, John. I would be like, oh, yeah, somebody else likes it. Okay. And then I would be curious as to what, you know, I would think as I'm writing a song, and I'm not a songwriter, so I can only guess. Well, I actually want to try it. I think I probably could. I used to write a lot of poetry, but anyway, we'll get there later. Um, I don't know. When y'all write something, do you always know that it's intended for you guys to sing? Or are you ever like, oh, this sounds like something, I don't know, Luke Combs would sing or Carrie Underwood would sing?
You want me to take that one, or you want to go
Well,
for it?
yeah, like we sometimes like we got this we got a whole booklet of songs that we've been writing, pieces of them that we'll go back later and look at. If something really doesn't fit us at the time, uh, we go back and at a, later time, and if it still doesn't fit us, uh, he'll either try to pitch them, with the Nashville Songwriters Association. Um, so
Oh, so
a
y'all
lot of
have
the
done
stuff.
that already.
Oh yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we've pitched a few songs already.
So
So
if
Oh,
something
okay.
really
That's
doesn't fit us, we're more than happy to let somebody else, if
yeah.
they want to sing it or whatever they want to do with it. So
Yeah.
we're always
Cool.
open to.
That's cool. I didn't know that y'all had already pitched some. That's really cool. If you had, I usually ask this later in the interview, but it just perfect timing for it now. So I'm gonna like add to my question a little bit. If you had a magic button that you could just press and say, okay, we've pitched this song and I really hope who picks it up.
oh, no doubt about it, for me, Garth Brooks.
Ah,
I mean,
okay.
I've even got I've,
Yeah. Yep.
so yeah. If I mean, I'd be happy with anybody pretty
Yeah.
much cutting anything if it fits them and they have a strong connection with it. But if I wrote anything and Garth Brooks was to cut it, go ahead, and you know I could die a happy man.
Right. Absolutely. What about you, John?
uh, I don't know. Like I like pretty much anybody, but I've always really the only reason I picked up a guitar was because of Keith Urban. So if something like that happened, that would be insane for me.
Oh
So
yeah.
probably
Now
Keith Urban.
to having a guitarist inspiration like Keith Urban, I can totally understand that. Um, that guy has some mad skills on a guitar.
Oh yeah.
Oh my word, he's crazy good. Like I mean, I love his singing, but I wouldn't even have to hear him sing. I could just sit there and listen to him play guitar all day. Are you like that as well?
Oh yes, ma'am. Yeah, I'll scroll through YouTube and all the other places that I can find where somebody's recorded, some solos and stuff that he's done, and like I'll pull that up and I'll go to the little music room that we have, and I just try to practice. Of course,
So
I
listen,
never will be nearly as good as him, but it makes
now
me want to
you
go practice.
don't know that. You do not know. Keith had to start out somewhere too. He wasn't born with one in his hands, knowing how to play. Um, but now, is guitar the only thing that you play, or do you play other instruments?
Uh, I I play acoustic, electric. I play a little bit of bass and the 6 string banjo. Play that. So
That is super cool. I love the banjo. Love the banjo. Um, how about you, Brandon? Do you play any?
Uh, I'm a percussionist. Whenever he and I are out as the duo, I'll play hand percussion, cajon, stuff like that. Honestly, that's singing is more natural to me, but
Yeah,
I do like percussion. I've been a drummer in bands before, so uh, really really I don't contribute a whole lot to to what we do on the music side of it. It's more of the songwriting than anything for me.
yeah. Well, and that's hey, it takes pieces from everybody to make it all work. So, yeah, don't. You sounded like you're saying, "Oh, this is all I contribute." No, you contribute a lot. Um,
oh yeah, without him we wouldn't be where we are. So
well, it took both of you, obviously. Now, how many years is between the two of you? How much age different?
9 years and 2 months.
9 years.
you practice
Wow.
Yeah, I've had to practice. That's a question we get all the time.
that.
It seems, I think when I was talking to you on the phone, you had told me that. So I remember that now that you said 9 years. Um, do y'all have any other siblings?
No, this is
Just
it.
the two of y'all. Okay. So musical household, or did y'all just, are y'all the only ones that started coming up playing music?
Well, our mother Lori, she was a charting country gospel artist. Um, she had some success there. I think she had a couple of singles on the country gospel music charts. Dad, bless his heart, the only thing he could play was the radio, and sometimes he'd get static. So, but Dad's side of the family, we had our great uncle Buck, who passed away last July, actually on the day we released our EP. But
Oh, sorry.
he was a 60-year member of the Memphis Beats who backed Jerry Lee Lewis.
Oh, wow.
And then his grandpa didn't play any, but a few other uncles of ours played with Elvis and Carl Perkins, who is from where we're from, and uh, just kind of more of rockabilly country scene. So we do have a little bit of that lineage.
That is really cool. That's cool to hear. Um, okay, well, we probably should have let off with this, but that's okay. We'll circle back. Tell everybody where you are from, since we didn't talk about that. We said the Mississippi and but Mississippi River, but we didn't talk about anything else.
So we live in Lake County, Tennessee, right along the Mississippi River. We're about what did you say about 100 miles.
80 to 100 miles north of Memphis.
Yeah, so we're not far from Memphis, not too far from Nashville, and of course you got the Blues in St. Louis. We're not far from that either. So we're, like he said, growing up. we had a lot of influence. Listening to Jerry Lee Lewis and all that. But as growing up in Lake County, we would go on the weekends to the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville and hear some country music. Then it wouldn't be nothing for us to uh, occasionally go down to Bill Street and listen to some blues. So we got all that. I guess you'd say influence
Yeah.
growing up where we grew up at. So
Yeah, and everybody where we did grow up at, it was like a melting pot of people and things that they like. So, like John said, some you ride around with your buddies after school or something, and it wouldn't be nothing to hear BB King, and then something from Keith Urban or Garth, and then some Nelly or something like that. So,
Yeah.
just a little bit of everything. So that's
Yeah.
something you'd always hear. Now at home is a little bit different. Dad would play Jones and Haggard and Vern Gosdin, and then Mama played everybody from uh, goodness gracious, from Carrie Underwood to Tammy Wynette, Britney Spears, Pink. She was all over the place.
Oh, no,
Uh,
she sounds like me.
Fats Domino was very prevalent in our house. Buck Owens. So we were influenced by a little bit of everything.
Some good music there. Good music of all different types. Um, Now, I think you both said that you were fans of Carl Perkins, or he was an influence on you both growing up in
That's right.
music. Um, who else inspired your music?
John, you
I
go.
know, Don, you said Keith Urban, as far as guitar playing. What about anything else, or singers, or what have you?
Well, it all started. Of course, I'm 22 now. So when I was like 8 or 9 years old, uh, you know, the Keith Urban, Brad Paisley. Um, when I had started, you were in high school, weren't you?
Right.
So like he was riding around, and I'd occasionally get to ride with him, and we'd listen to Keith Urban, Brad Paisley, Garth Brooks, and pretty much I started guitar lessons because I heard Keith Urban, and one thing led to another, and I just basically he was the reason, and his playlist was the reason that I started playing and singing. So
Okay.
And then I guess, you know, outside of family, outside of mom and Uncle Buck, and outside of Garth Brooks, I mean, you put those three together, and that's my foundation. But as I've gotten older, uh, being introduced to Jones and Haggard and Gosden, and starting to write a little bit more and hearing songs written by Jonathan Singleton, uh, he- uh, Thomas Rhett's another one that's really good in the songwriting department.
Yeah.
Um, man, just some wonderful, wonderful songwriters. Even going back as far as Harlan Howard, um, and Buddy Cannon, those folks, Dean Dillon. So those are some big influences. Songwriter, and then on the performer side, of course, Garth and Keith and
Yeah.
Paisley, and just those type of country performers. And right now, I'm really into John Party, and I got to see him in Knoxville open up for Garth, and that man puts on a real good show too. So,
That
I'll
is what I've heard.
yeah,
Yeah, I haven't seen him, but I've heard anybody that ever mentions him says the same thing, that he puts on quite a show. Um, and right when I was about to say, okay, y'all lean towards not old country, but like back to 90s country. A lot of So are y'all influenced by a lot of the 90s country?
oh,
Or is that just
for
those
me,
few names?
for me, big time.
Okay.
That's what I cut my teeth on. Garth, Brooks and Dunn, Joe Diffie, um, Colin Ray, those type of folks. So yeah, that's my number one when you talk country music. That's the style that I revert back to.
Yeah. Now, how did y'all get started doing it? What made you decide to join together, especially with the difference in your ages? To, is one thing for brothers to join together and do something, but especially with 9 years between the two of you. So, what made y'all decide to take a chance and do this together?
So, when I was, like I said, 9, 10 years old, taking guitar lessons, he was actually playing drums whenever he was in high school. So, I would try to anything that I learned at, when I was at lessons, I would go and we would try to get together and play. And like I said, I would try because, and then probably, what'd you say? I was 15,
Yeah,
15 or
when you're
16.
15.
Some time had passed, and actually got a little bit better at playing. So we we got into a local cover band, and we played 4 or 5 years,
Yeah, about
something
five
like that.
years.
Um, and then we kind of uh, disbanded. People went their own way, and we were like, "Hey, we want to continue this. We want to continue playing. We missed it." So we just started trying to write, and just that's pretty much how it started. Now we're here. So
So, had y'all not written anything before that point?
Well, I'd been writing since high school, and
Okay.
I have books upon books going all the way back to that time, and gradually, John being 15, 16, like, hey, whatever, you have a minute, just write a few lines down, just write a few things that influenced you today, and he'd do that, but we really didn't start writing until we're writing together until about maybe goodness 4 years ago.
Hmm.
So now we write almost three 4 times a week, like for hours at a time.
Yeah.
So we'll either do a stream video or be on the phone or actually go meet somewhere. So
yeah, like I'll of course he lives in Dyersburg, Tennessee now. He's married, and I still live at home in Ridgely, so I'll be in the music room, and if I get something or a line or something, I'll record it real quick on the little memo thing on the iPhone, and I'll send it to him, and he'll send something back. We'll go back and forth, and a lot of things come up and are created with that. So
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, whenever something hits you, you just got to like write it down right then or record it right then so you don't forget it because obviously y'all are not together anymore. So you can't just run into the other room and say, hey, listen to this. So, yeah, I would imagine you
there,
got lots of little notebooks around.
well, there have been times where now he mentioned I don't live in Lake County anymore, and I the next town over, it's basically like 25 miles away. There have been times where either one of us have had the idea, written it down, and it just unannounced drove to the other's house and was like, "Hey, you need to put down what you're doing and listen to this." Uh, so spontaneity sometimes, then sometimes a little organized. Uh, where hey, I'm gonna send you, I'm gonna text you this, or I'm gonna email you this clip or whatever. But then sometimes it's like, gotta drop everything. I gotta get to where he's at, or he's gotta get to where I'm at.
And what does the wife say about that when y'all have these
Well,
spontaneous moments
I'll
like
be completely honest with you. She is probably glad that it gets me out of the house
that?
for a little while, where she can have some peace and quiet. But in all seriousness, though, she is very supportive. She and I began dating. We were well into this music thing, uh, and she knows exactly, kind of the things that you have to miss out on, or that you get to miss out on.
Hmm.
some of the
But
sacrifices and
so
stuff
yeah, the
like that. So
sacrifices, and the same thing with his girlfriend Elena and our parents. That's our tight nucleus of folks. My wife Carrie, Elena, and our parents, and they'll reschedule, they'll drop anything just to help us achieve our dreams and our goals, and
Yeah.
getting a little emotional just saying that. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, everybody in our core group is very supportive, and we can't thank them enough.
Yeah.
I know it gets on their nerves at times, but we couldn't ask for any better support group.
Well, that's amazing because it takes that. Um, Anybody that's in the industry knows it's hard work. It's long, hard work and a lot of sacrifices. And for y'all to have such a great support system is really going to help just push you forward in those dreams. So, yeah, shout out to all of those for standing by y'all, helping you, and probably giving you a push when you need it.
A kick in the tail when we need it, and kind of pulling the reins. If we ever get a little too excited, or sometimes try not to get big headed. We try to stay humble, and I think we do a good job at that. But before we can even think about it, you know,
They're
the
reeling
lady,
you back in.
the ladies especially is like, remember where
Yeah,
you came from, you know, settle down. So.
exactly. Exactly. All right. Well, let's hear another one.
All right. Well, I think this one right here, we talked about where we grew up. We talked about family. So going to go ahead and do Mississippi River Town for y'all.
Yes.
Some call it crazy, but to me that's okay. I can't think of a better place where I spend my younger days. Of going behind the levee, the favorite party spot, cracking open a cold one, and praying you didn't get caught. I hit the loop around Sonic with the radio up loud. Yeah, we thought we were cool. In that Mississippi River town, it's where everybody knows your name, your high school sweetheart's your first flame. It's where you learn an honest day's work. Back roads and bonfires, getting rowdy on Saturday night, and being at Sunday service at the church. It's where it all went down in that Mississippi River town. It's where Mama believed in your dreams and encouraged you to fly. Where Daddy raised a family and taught you wrong from right. It's where you once was lost, but then were found. And when Grandma died, it's where we laid her in the ground. In that Mississippi River town, where everybody knows your name, your high school sweetheart's your first flame. It's where you learned an honest day's work. Back roads and bonfires, and getting rowdy on Saturday night, and being at Sunday service at the church. It's where it all went down in that Mississippi River town. Well, my roots are planted where that muddy water flows. Oh, it's a part of me. It's where I call home. Where everybody knows your name, your high school sweetheart's your first flame. It's where you learn an honest day's work. Back roads and bonfires, getting rowdy on Saturday night, and being at Sunday service at the church. It's where it all went down. Hey, it's where it all went down in that Mississippi River town. That Mississippi River town.
Yeah. Now that one is my favorite. Um, and I think even though you're talking about a Mississippi River town, I think that song is very relatable to anyone that grew up in the
Well, we
South.
appreciate that. It's, you know, what we say about the song is even if you didn't grow up where we grew up or along the Mississippi River itself, maybe that song can give you
Hmm.
a little bit of insight to where we grew up at, and hopefully you can
Oh yeah,
relate to it.
yeah. I think it's very relatable. Like I almost wanted to like add something in the chorus, like where you talk about Sunday service. I When I first heard the song the first time, I like halfway expected you the next time instead of saying Sunday service to say Sunday supper. So like, do y'all still get together on Sundays for supper or
Uh,
for lunch after dinner after church?
well, us, it's very rare that we do, but my wife's side of the family, they still do that. So
Yeah.
that's where I'm at usually on Sundays if we're not doing anything music related. But more so, our family, we'll get together anytime. It doesn't have to be Sunday.
Oh
So,
yeah. Yeah.
um, yeah, it's pretty much, hey, you want to come over have some barbecue, or I'm going to fry some chicken or whatever. So, y'all come on.
Oh
So,
yeah. For sure. Um, but yeah, I think and I shouldn't have said if you grew up in the South. I mean, I think anybody can relate to that. And it's not just people in the South that do it. People, just close knit families,
right,
will, make a point of, getting together Sunday after church or, Sunday afternoons or just, whatever. Um, and I love that. And anymore, I think there's too many families that don't do that, you
right,
know, and they're just missing out on a lot of wonderful family time that way, I think. Um, but we were talking about something earlier before we went live, and we'll just touch on that for a minute here. Shout out to your mama for raising two boys the right way, um, because you kept calling me ma'am. And as much as I appreciate the manners and the thoughtfulness, I was like, you don't have to keep doing that. You can just call me Stacy. And go ahead and tell everybody what you told me.
well, if we didn't call you ma'am, then once we got done, Mama was going to get a hold of our hind ends. So that's how we were brought up. So,
Yep.
and I know she's watching. So,
Mhm.
Mama always watches. So, hey, Mama.
Exactly. Do you want to add something to that, John?
Oh no, I think he pretty much covered
Yeah.
We both been on the receiving end of Mama's whoopings, more so him than me.
Mhm.
So, yeah, we're gonna mind our p's and q's for sure.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that. Now, when y'all were little, would you have to go pick your own switch?
I've done that a few times. Mama had a paddle, and
Oh, okay.
she had her own paddle.
it.
But the worst thing was when she turned you over to Daddy, and Dad had a very special belt that was made,
Mm.
and I'm pretty sure that just thinking about it, it stings me right now. Uh, and like I said, John got majority of the whoopings growing up. So
I
Mm.
remember the paddle very well.
I'm early teenager when he's a little one, and just hearing that, it's like, you need to be quiet. You need to do what you need to do, and he would keep on. So
You knew what was coming for him, and you
oh,
were
that's right.
save him, but he wouldn't listen.
Well,
John.
well, I wasn't gonna get in the middle of it while it was going on, but I'm just thinking,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
You
you
knew
know,
what was coming.
oh, absolutely,
Yeah, been there, done that. You knew. Oh, yeah. Mm. I remember thinking back with my grandmother, and I don't know why she did this, but in her house, she had, back in the day, they had different color carpet in each room. Um,
right.
and so we had the red room, the green room, the blue room, whatever color the carpet was, is whatever that room was. Well, you did not want to get told, go to the red room, I'll be there in a minute, because your
Whew.
butt was going to be red, but it was in the red room. And I remember that all too well. Oh, goodness gracious. But yeah, so I mean, just shout out to your mama for raising you with manners. And um, that is just, that's sadly just something we're not seeing a lot of anymore in young people. Are y'all noticing that where you're from, or is it still just a staple down there?
Well, I mean, with the times, I never want to say that um, people are parenting a little bit differently or anything like that. I'm not a parent, so I don't know what it's like. But I do know, just being around some of the younger folks where we're from, there are certain times where it's, you kind of look at them a little bit funny. But then again, too, it is a different world than what we're growing up in.
That's true.
And it seems like today that children or teens, or anybody in that category, they're a little bit more busy. There's a lot more going on with schools and after school activities and sports. Maybe not now during the virus times,
Mhm.
but on a regular deal, you see kids, they're going to school, getting there at 7 in the morning, and not getting home till 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
So I kind of sympathize with them a little bit. I'm sure kids can have bad days just like adults, but
Yeah, certainly.
I do notice certain things where I'm, like, well, if I did that, then I wouldn't be able to walk right for a few days
Yeah.
because my hind end would be stinging sore.
Uh-huh.
But you know, like I said, I don't know how to really answer that.
Yeah, not to judge other people's
Oh,
parenting.
absolutely,
And sometimes it's not the parents' fault. Sometimes they
true.
do raise them right. They just have a very defiant child. Um, but yeah, yeah, I guess I have that thought go through my head, like you just said, man, if I did that, woo, mm-mm. You know, a lot of
And
times
then,
I'll see something or hear something, and it just makes me cringe thinking what would have happened to me if I would have done or said that.
right. But then there are still some young folks out there that still have manners, that still
Oh, yes,
listen to mom and daddy and authority and folks like that. So um,
absolutely.
I'm sure if you went back to when we were growing up, uh,
Our parents
some
might have
some
said
some
the same.
folks
Yeah,
would have been like, look at those brats over there. It's not like what it was like whenever I grew up. So I think every generation
that's true.
goes
That's a
through
very
that.
good point. That's a very good point. There was probably a lot of people that said that about me, because if my big sister was sitting here right now, it would be very much the same conversation that you two just had. She was the good one, and I was the one always getting into trouble. So, or
Well, I didn't say I was good. I said I just didn't get in as much trouble as John did.
okay, okay, it's coming out now. Um,
I might as well be honest.
yeah, exactly. Now I'm figuring though y'all were probably just typical boys. You didn't get into anything like major, major.
No, no, not at all. If we did, we wouldn't be sitting here right now. So
Exactly, exactly, exactly. Um, it, now, what kind of plans have we got for music coming up? What's on y'all's agenda or your wish list? What's what have we got to look forward to, or what have you got? What are you guys think? I know it's hard right now in the pandemic, though.
right.
Um,
Well, if the pandemic didn't hit, we'd already have new music out for sure. We would have had a
arrange
really
things.
yeah, we would have had a very busy summer with going to different venues and festivals.
Did y'all
But
have tour planned?
we had a few dates planned, but we were working on. We was actually reviewing some contracts, and we
Oh,
had some that we were getting ready to sign. And it was like, oh, hold up, we have this pandemic coming, so all of that went down the tubes.
mm,
Hopefully everything was go away, and next year we can pick right back up where we started.
yeah.
Because we love writing, we love performing. Um, and really, those are the two things that we really need to do to get back to what we were doing. So,
Mhm.
um, but we have songs written. We need to get in the studio and cut those.
Yeah.
Um, and we love being in front of people and performing. So it's been a little bit different. We've had a few shows here and there, some private events and some events in our area. So that's helped out a little bit. It's helped folks that want to hear live music come and hear live music, and it's helped us to kind of stay sharp and just it's kind of reminder, be thankful that you get to do this because anything could happen, it can be taken away.
Exactly. But I don't think anybody could have, even in their wildest dreams, imagined this happening and the effect that it has had on so many things, but specifically on music, the music industry. I mean, who would have ever fathomed Nashville being shut down?
I mean, you look at the pictures, and I think John's been down in Nashville a little bit.
Yeah,
It,
when we were there for business, what was it?
it was in
May?
May.
May?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was almost scary sight.
it's like a ghost town.
Yeah, it was.
Hmm. Yeah, it was
You had
very
people,
strange.
there, but the place without music. I mean, it was awfully strange. So.
Yeah, it is. Um, Now, when y'all record, do you go to Nashville or do you have a studio there at your home?
We do have a partial studio at the house, but the past project that we done, we recorded in Nashville with Beard Music. So yeah, we done that. They're what are they on Music Row in
Yeah,
Nashville?
yeah.
So yeah,
Beard music group, and brought in some marvelous pickers. The guitarist, he records for Blake Shelton and Chris Jansen. The piano player has played with anybody from Bob Seger to Reba, and those are the type of folks that we wanted to bring in.
Yeah.
Um, so that's what you hear when you hear the songs on our EP and the single. Those are the folks that are playing on it. So uh, we were very proud to be able to work with those guys.
Awesome. So, do y'all have plans of going back to Nashville soon to record some more?
Whenever we can get in the studio, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, we've been sitting on this EP for a little while, and like I said, our plans for 2020 were to put out some more music and get ready to go after a second single. But everything's been kind of put on hold.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, just kind of leave us scrambling and try to figure out what to do next and when to do it.
And I think everybody has put something on hold, whether it be touring or an EP that they had planned. Um, but I've noticed a lot of people are really just trying to put singles out and put
Right.
as much music out as they can. Are y'all just cataloging what you have and you're kind of waiting for this to um, kind of get back to normal a little bit, and then y'all are going to head to Nashville and do your EP, or like kind of what's your, if you can share it, like your release plan?
Well, I guess really it kind of depends on what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
Um, we hate to put, of course, we have the current single now. It's been out for almost a month.
Mm-hmm.
So we're already eyeballing, what to do next. Do we put something out that we already have cut for the EP, or do we go in and we cut something brand new? So, and also that depends on the studio if we can get in there. Of course,
Right.
they have some bigger clients that a little bit more important than us.
Oh
Uh,
no, now.
when you're able to cut some stuff for Luke Bryan and Tim McGraw, I kind of understand where
Oh,
we kind
what? You think Luke comes first? What?
of. But that's that's the plan. Whenever we can, it dies down and we're able to get in
Yeah,
because we adhere to social distancing and things like that. But it's kind of hard to social distance, in my opinion, when you're trying to work, when you're trying to be creative, and you need to sit
exactly.
there, you
Yeah.
need to sit there and talk to folks and be right there beside them.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. And you've probably been like everybody else. You probably tried to plan something just for it to get canceled.
Oh, absolutely.
So now
That's
you kind of
happened.
wait to plan anything until you know it won't be canceled,
That's right.
due to this anyway. Um, so how bad did things get like in y'all's area with the pandemic? Are y'all are like mask mandatory for y'all if you go out in public or
Um, in Lake County, where John's living, there's not a mask mandate. There was a curfew mandate for a little while.
hmm,
Where I live in the next county south in Dyer County, we're currently in a we're currently in a mask mandate unless we're with people of the same party.
right?
So, um, so like once we leave at this location, since we're in Dyer County, we'll have to throw our mask on and go our separate ways. So, yeah, it's been difficult,
It's been
um,
challenging for sure.
and of course, trying to get go back and forth to Nashville. We can't. It's not that much of a drive at all. It's blink of an eye and you're there. But with everything, like we said, shut down, it's kind of difficult to get any work done.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy how this has changed everything. I mean, it's changed everything. Um, it's just I don't know. I don't have any other word for it. It's just I'm ready for things to be back to normal, whatever that is, but I don't want this new normal. I don't like I don't even like the new normal. I want the old ways back. But, I don't know that we'll get there. It's the sad thing. Um, so do you guys is music what you do only or do y'all work daytime jobs?
Well, we do work daytime jobs. Uh, I feel like we work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Because after we do our normal jobs, we work on music,
Ah,
or we're being uh, we're being good partners, or trying to be, or and trying to be good sons too. So, it's constantly something. My job, I work for the local newspaper. I'm a reporter.
oh,
So
awesome.
it's honestly it's kind of weird to be on the other side being interviewed instead of doing the interviewing.
I bet
So
I bet that is a little strange.
and John has a day job as well.
Yeah, I work and I sell and service fire equipment, fire extinguishers. Work with my dad. Um,
That's cool.
so yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah,
That,
it's the family business.
Oh, okay. Well, that's awesome. So someday you hope to make a different family business, though, to where you don't have to do the other.
That's right.
Awesome. Well, I don't have any control over it, but if all your other fans are like I am, then y'all will get there.
Well, we really
yeah,
appreciate that.
thank you.
Oh yeah, I am so glad that I came across y'all's music. I remember when I did, and I was sitting there on the couch and I was just listening to various different people, and I just like stopped. I was like, I've got to hear these two, and I think "Drive" was the first song that I heard, and then so of course, if I ever hear an artist that I like, that I'm really intrigued by, then of course I'm going to go to Spotify and look them up to see if they've got anything else, and y'all did and that's when I came across Mississippi Rivertown. And I was hooked. I mean, I liked Drive very, very much. But when I heard Mississippi Rivertown, I was hooked. So y'all definitely have a fan for life with me. Um, so I want to hear another one.
Okay. Grab that thing there,
You want
John.
to go ahead with the story on this? Wow.
Okay.
Let's
All
see.
right. So make sure. Here we go. All right, so this one right here, it's one that's also on the EP and it's already on Spotify. It's called "Chillin'," and John and I we wrote this maybe 2.5 years ago, and it's kind of evolved a little bit over time. Actually, it was kind of like a slower, deeper type Dirks Bentley "Drunk on a Plane" type sound, and then just messed with it over the years and changed it up a little bit.
Hmm.
And really, I think too, it's kind of hopefully this song now takes on a little bit different meaning to where hopefully we can get back to uh, chilling on the beach and with a good drink and people that you love by your side. So hopefully we'll get to that point here again pretty soon.
Yeah.
Let me pull out my earphone real quick. There we
Take
go.
two.
1, 2, 3, 4. Every day so busy, no chance to even catch on breath. The world's been so fast, there ain't no time to rest. I'm missing you, you're missing me. It's time to break free. Let's beat the hustle and the grind. Let's you and me spend some time. Baby, what do you say? Let's spend the day just chillin'. We got our sunglasses on, chillin'. We're sand between our toes. Got drinks on ice, baby, by my side. Loving the summertime feeling. Taking it easy, just chillin'.
I can turn on that radio and find that island groove, Buffett or Marley to get us in the right mood. Then again, babe, it don't matter what we do, as long as I'm with you.
Just chillin'. Got our sunglasses on, chillin'. With sand between our toes. Got drinks on ice, baby, by my side. Loving the summertime feeling. Taking it easy. And just chillin'. Just chillin', got our sunglasses on, chillin', with sand between our toes. Got drinks on ice, baby, by my side. Loving the summertime feeling. Taking it easy, just chillin', just chillin'.
Yeah. That is such a catchy, perfect tune for summer. Just a really fun, catchy song.
Thank you.
I mean, you right away you want to start singing along and dancing and just it's a great summertime song. So yeah, I like that if people would just start being able to chill again and just relax and have a good time and not be so worried about everything. I think everybody is like, or a lot of people, not everybody, a lot of people have gone into like just a constant worry mode,
Right.
like worrying about everything. And it's almost like nobody's had a summer. It's almost like it's been one season since COVID hit, if that makes any kind of sense.
That's right.
But it's weird. Since March, things have gone by so fast. yet so slow at the same time.
You're exactly right.
Yeah, it seems like yesterday all this came out about COVID, and then just so quickly, and now and then you look at the calendar, you're like, oh my god, it's September already. Like what? And I was in the store the other day, and I rarely go into a store since this whole thing has started. I just don't go out much, or I don't go into a store. But I was in a store, and there was Christmas stuff.
Already. Wow.
And I'm like, what?
Halloween hadn't even happened yet.
I know. But I'm telling you, before September is up, Walmart will be full of Christmas stuff. It's crazy. I'm like, no. And see, I'm one of those people. I want to get through Thanksgiving before we even have Christmas, or before Christmas stuff comes out. Now, are you guys
Right.
like that, or like Thanksgiving Day? Are you putting your tree up?
Oh, well, usually my wife is, but I can wait for me. Let's get through Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Let's finish the turkey off, then we'll talk Christmas.
exactly. For me, it has to be December 1st. It has to be December before I can even worry about it. And then, because I want to enjoy all the other holidays, you know?
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, we have been on here. It is 7:30, but I don't care. It's my show. I can do what I want to. So since y'all had it planned, I want to hear a fourth one.
Okay. Well, since you want to hear a fourth one, we will do this one. We do not have it recorded. We played it. We played our live shows every now and then, and it's actually this is the one song that we were writing. Then the next night we wrote "Drive." So
Oh,
this song's called "Mean to Me," and it's a pretty cool little tune. John sings the heck out of it, and John, whenever you're ready.
Laying in bed, staring at the wall. A million things on my mind, wishing you would call. I know we've had our differences, I know we've had our fights, and I've been going crazy ever since you gone. Yeah, I miss feeling that vibe when we touch and when we kiss. Yeah, I wish you come back, we start on forget all of this. Well, girl, I'll do what I can to prove that I'm sorry. 'Cause now I see how much you really mean to me. 2, 3, 4. I've lived life with you, I've lived it without, and I've been going crazy ever since you walked out. I should have closed my mouth. Who cares who's wrong or right? 'Cause when you say goodbye, I said hello to those sleepless nights. Yeah, I miss feeling I thought when we touch, when we kiss. Yeah, I wish you come back, we start off, forget all of this. Well, girl, I'll do what I can to prove that I'm sorry. 'Cause now I see how much you really mean to me. 2, 3. Now I see how much you really mean to me.
yeah.
Thank you.
I like that. Okay, that is a neat twist on the title. Um, Definitely thought it was going to be like Mean Girl song or Mean Guy song, like, why are you mean to me? But
Right.
I like
Well,
that.
thank you. I usually have to introduce it, even though, like, saying that he and I co-wrote it, it's not how we've been toward each other. So,
Well, I very much enjoyed that one. So is
thank you.
that going to be on the EP or
Oh
at
well,
least as a single?
well, we have a 3-song EP right now,
Hmm.
but that is probably one of the next ones that we will go and cut.
Oh,
We have about we have a booklet full, but that one seems to get a lot of crowd response.
yeah.
So that one probably we'll put some drums and guitar behind it, and um, then who knows what else we'll put out with it.
Yeah. I really like that one. I could see that that one would definitely be a crowd pleaser. That's a good one.
Well, thank
Um,
you.
yeah. Well, I definitely enjoyed listening to you guys. I found you, of course, on Instagram and then on Spotify, but I know you're on Facebook as well. I
That's right.
imagine your music is across all musical platforms. So, people, y'all go follow these guys, follow their career. Um, when COVID allows for them to get back to all of us to get back to music and enjoying live music, and allows them to get back to recording and whatever life is going to bring to you guys. I'm sure it is going to be good things. So everybody, you're going to want to be following these guys and following their journey. I know I'm going to. I want to keep up with what's going on with you guys and how well you're doing. So we definitely need to stay in touch.
Absolutely.
When y'all get ready to have something going on, remember your girl Stacy here so you can, let
Sure
her
will.
go first. Yeah, no, I'm excited about what y'all have coming up and what y'all have going on. I think good things are definitely in y'all's future. And thank you so much for coming on tonight. I really appreciate it. And for doing the takeover today.
We really appreciate the opportunity. And also, real quick, a little shout out
Sir.
to the Mill Workspace here in Dyersburg, Mr. Chris Donaldson for allowing us to come in, and Mr. Alan Ingalls with the Attention Company here in Dyersburg for hooking us up for this sweet live feed.
Oh, awesome. Yes. Thank you so much. Well, I have enjoyed having y'all. We'll have to do it again. And
Absolutely.
just everybody be on the lookout. Excuse me, pardon me, for the Hutcheson Brothers, and go follow them, stream them, listen to them wherever you listen to music at. And do y'all have a website, right?
We do have a website. It's a Wix website, but it's
Okay.
on our. If you go to Facebook and click the Shop Now button, it takes you directly to that website. So
Okay.
Facebook is Hutcheson Brothers Music, just like it is on Instagram and YouTube.
Okay. And so when y'all are getting to play some, like a show here and there,
That's right.
is that on your website? Do you have like a tour schedule?
Yes,
Or do y'all just
absolutely.
share it on your Facebook?
We put it on the website. We put it on Facebook, Instagram. We put it out everywhere that we possibly can.
All right, awesome. So people will be able to see it and maybe catch you guys in person.
That's right.
All right, that sounds awesome. Well, I thank you again for being with me. I've had a great time, and thank you again for doing the IG takeover all day today. It went great. For anyone that has tuned in and watched us live, thank you for being here. Jovan, I don't know if you're still on here or not, but I do see that you have been. That is my Scotland buddy.
Hey.
That has a show very similar to mine, but he is all the way over in Scotland, and he has been on. He's not letting this streak die, and I'm so glad he has been on ever since he discovered my show. He has been on every single interview. He doesn't miss a one.
Awesome.
So
Well,
yeah,
we appreciate everybody watching.
yeah. So he's quite the fan. I think he likes jumping on here to stalk out who I have on the show. So y'all may be gaining a new fan here.
Awesome.
Yeah, but thank you again. Thank everybody for watching. I hope everyone has a safe and wonderful Labor Day weekend. So we do have a long weekend here. If anyone is out in party mode, please be safe, be careful, and don't drink and drive. All right. Y'all have a great weekend. Until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.